Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's yet another episode of the Gen Z podcast. I know it's been long, enough of your threats. We are back. And now, we won't promise, but we'll try to bring you an episode each and every Monday at 10 in the AM. So buy your bundles, pay for your Wi-Fi's, and subscribe if you want that to be possible. My name is Steve, and thank you for your subscription, for your feedbacks, and I want to read a few of your feedbacks that were on the previous episode. That was Navigating Love and Relationship. If you haven't watched it, kindly go and watch it and leave your comment there. We'll pass over it. I see someone by the name Waziso Smiles. He says amazing. I see Peter _Kenya. He says I love it. See William Wambogo. He say keep up the good work. I see Glory Jerry. She was on the set and she says this was amazing. Had a lovely and fun time. There is Steve Champe. Steve Champe says shout out all the way from Kijabe. This is amazing. Champe, kiona Kijabe nikumushe nikubaie mbili. Chai mbili ufukuze baridi. Aya, I see Tabitha Wanjiko. She says awesome content. Funny too. I see Monga T, you say you guys are awesome, are just awesome. Hiu kweli jameni, naisha. Monga, it's all about authenticity. It's being real. I see someone out, 1942. This was awesome, Kwanzaa being part of it. Who is this? I don't know. That's from the YouTube. Then I see others. Who got to inbox me. There is Ephraim. Ephraim said, for the Gen Z being judged for relationships, the second question was, you handled na feel there is a change in how things were working previously, Nasai, but what can be changed in guardians being more open and creating more awareness to their children at a tender age to enable them make informed decisions. Then it says question 4, I personally think kila mtu akona their own unique way of how their things work, but now it should be guided by the word of God. The how to go about dating, the tricky you can't base what to do on previous experiences, zawase ama what has been documented. It's a good thing you are doing. It brings light in this generation. Should I read this one? He says, alafu, take it easy. Ukubali utaloe soko hii mwaka. Ephraim, do you know a lady by the name Kemunto Diana? If you know her, you know what I'm talking about. If you know, you know. Let's go to the next one. Let's see, the other one was Willie says, you guys are doing a great job, thanks Willie. Then I see the other one was, I see Rev Nick said, proud of you and what you are doing. So that was some of what I got. Then there are those people who send suggestions on topics they want discussed on set. We can't forget to people like Eunice, I saw Patricia, Victoria, there was William, and also Maya got your message, and thank you so much for your feedbacks, guys. We value them. And on today's set, we have an amazing guest. I've known this person for around 8 years, if not wrong. Today, I tried to outdo my simplicity of dressing. Nikasema, acha nivae kashati kidogo. Sitaki kupigwa na radi. And so today's guest is one and only Reverend Nicholas Njoroge. Karibu pasi.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
I really appreciate. And as Steve is saying, we have had a good time for those 8 years. I've been his youth pastor in Kenya Assemblies of God. That is where I serve in a church called CWC. And as an associate pastor, I am also the youth director in that church and in the parish, and also in our district. That is in the Ministry of Kenya Assemblies of God. District covers a good part of Kiambu East, and by the Kiambu County. The district is called Kiambu East. And by the grace of God, I have the ministry there, which I love so much. Thank you, Steve, and the entire podcast crew. I'm looking forward to having a wonderful time.
Yeah.
And I know that we will all be blessed by the end of this. Thank you so much.
Karibu sana Pasi.
Yes,
we are proud to have you. And on today's episode, we are doing it a bit different. It's like a segment that I have introduced way much earlier than I should have, but it had to come for some certain reasons. And today's topic is it's not about discussion. It's not about us having the questions, because we don't have a ball today. Our Pasi will be taking us through the do's and the don'ts during singlehood. The do's and the don'ts during singlehood. Because I feel Pasi, it's a place, it's a very sensible area or space in life where you can either make your destiny big or you can destroy it. You can end up messing up, because many people don't know what to do during that time, and so they find themselves messing around or doing all sort of things. Yeah, so I think you take us through the do's and the don'ts. Yeah, take it.
Thank you so much. Okay. It's a very, 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 very interesting topic that we'll be talking about today. And let me begin by saying, Steve, singlehood is the most amazing state to be in our phase of life. It is amazing because it is the only state that is not permanent. It's not permanent. You are there, but of course there are those people who choose by choice to remain single for good. But for me, I would feel if there is a state that is amazing and wonderful, it is to be a single person. Because it is in this time you have all your energy, you can do all you want to do, you can go anywhere you want to go. You have the right, and the strength, or every strength, that you have inside of you. And I feel it's good. Also, it can be the most tricky point, because it is in this age where kuna macrash, kuna character development ziko tu hapo. Hapo ndio unakuta kuna mahali ulikuwa tu unafikiria hii kitu inaenda, and then all of a sudden pap unakuta umegongwa character development. So iko tu hivyo na tu mambo wake hivyo. It's tricky because also it's time to discover ourselves. It is time to discover ourselves, and in this state it is a time we make decisions that will either make us get to our destiny powerfully or make us get to our destinies regretting. Because we can get to a place where we start saying, I wish I knew. So it is in this state that you make, that you allow yourself to either ufike mahali utasema, I wish I knew, or ufike mahali useme, I thank God that I did what I did. And that is what God desires in our lives. Because if there is something that I always advocate, it is to be excellent. And that is who our God is. Excellent is the opposite of being mediocre. And I think I hate mediocrity personally. And our God, the nature of our God, He is an excellent God. He created the heavens and earth. And when He got to the end of it, He looked unto everything He created and He said, it is beautiful. That is excellence. And He desires that. He wants you to live this age, that by the time you are done with it, you look back and say, if I was to get back to 20 years, if I was to get back to 18 years, if I was to get back to 15 years, if I was to get back to 30 years, exactly what I have done with my life, it is what I would have do. I can do again. So that is what God desires. He desires excellence. So we are looking into the do's and don'ts of singlehood. And there are so many things we can say, but today maybe we are only going to look into 10 of them, 5 do's and 5 don'ts. And maybe should we get another chance some other time, we are going to continue with the topic. I start with the do's. Number 1 is that you need to set high standards. Singlehood age is the time to set standards.
Set high standards.
It is the time to dream of the kind of the wife you want to have. It is the time to dream of the kind of children you want to have. It is the time to dream of the kind of house you want to have. It is the time to dream on even the investment you want to have in life. It's the time to dream, and it is in this time where that will determine 40 years, 50 years to come, how you will be. You are going to build that at this particular age when you are single. So this age, or rather this phase of life, it's a beautiful phase because it is the time you set the standards. It is the time you set the standards. And it is good as you're setting the standards. Number 1, they need to be realistic. They need to be realistic, and they have to be smart standards. Live good. If it's about wearing, wear good. If it is about eating, eat good. If it's about treating yourself, just be good. Do it good. Eat well, because venye utaanzia maisha yako saa hizi, I'm telling you, ile mambo uta-adapt at that particular age, it is what you will walk with until uko mwisho, mpaka wakati utakuwa married and you will have children and some other people that will look up to you. Some of the standard you set when you are in your singlehood, they will affect you even when you are married, even when you are grown and very old. They will affect those standards you set when you are single. They will affect you. Number 2 is that it is a time, singlehood. You need to use it. This is what you need to do. Use it. Use this time to learn about yourself. Use it to learn about yourself. Because there are so many things. You are a human being is a package. Is a package of so many goods. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. So it is the time, and by the way, Steve, it's good we know we are not only learning about the good side of us. It's also good to learn about the negative view, It's good to, because learn about your strength, learn about your weaknesses. Because some of those weaknesses, you will need them to handle them when you be married. You will need to understand those strengths because you will need to handle them. You will need them when you are married, and even in your entire life. Utahitaji. So this age, or rather this phase of life, is a time to get to learn yourself. Get to learn, discover yourself, discover your strengths, discover your weaknesses. Discover what you can be best into. Discover mahali unaweza guzwa na uanze kuallow some other things inside of you zenye zitafanya u regret. You need to understand yourself, discover yourself, because each phase of life is a time to learn about yourself. Sawa. So it's not about in as much as we are going to school, in as much as we are learning some other things, ni vizuri kwanza ujue kwamba uko na class, na that class yenye uko nayo is yourself. It is yourself. You have to learn yourself. You have to learn yourself. Number 3 thing that you need to do is that you need to work on making yourself to be the person you want to date. Work to making yourself
the person you want to date.
The person you want to date or even to marry.
Yeah.
Let's even extend it, because I believe I am talking here with people that that have those aspirations, okay, that one day I am gonna get married, one day I will marry somebody. It is in this phase of singlehood that you want to build that person that you want to improve yourself and to make yourself look like that person that you want to actually get married to or you want to date. Do you want to date somebody that is educated? It is your time. Seek education. That thing. You want to marry someone or even to date someone that is driving? It is your time. Build yourself, own yourself, own a car. Na hii naongea mpaka na wasichana wenye wananisikiliza. Si ukaange tu hivyo unasema ya kwamba unataka kuolewa na mtu ana drive.
Una shout.
Lakini wewe mwenyewe hauna anything. Hauna anything. Hapana, hata kama unataka kupata mtu mwenye utadate mtu probably yako na degree. First of all, hii time ni time yako ya kutafuta hiyo degree. Tafuta hiyo degree, because we say like Pauls zinafanya nini?
Like Pauls.
So you need to understand that in this phase ni time yako ya kutafuta. Tafuta to be that person mwenye unataka kukua. Unataka kupata mtu wako na degree, unataka kupata mtu wako na mashamba, unataka kupata mtu wako na ana drive, unataka kupata mtu harent ako na nyumba yake. Hata saa hizi wewe anza kujimprove. Tafuta kagari yako. Wasichana wangu na my dear sisters wenye mko hapo, tusikae hivyo tu tunagojea tu eti tunagojea tu hivyo nipate mtu ana drive. By the way, let me tell you Steve, hakuna kitu mzuri ama kitu inapeanga mtu satisfaction like when you get into a relationship and you're like huyu mtu akiwekelea kitu yake hapa na wewe you have something ambayo pia unawekelea. Hiyo kitu iko tu na satisfaction yake. Iko na satisfaction yako. So kama unataka mtu wako na BMW, upata hiyo BMW kwanza. Hiyo ndio itavuta. Kama unataka mtu wako na mashamba, pata hiyo shamba kwanza. Kama unataka mtu hakai kwa plot, toka kwa plot kwanza. Tafuta kashamba yako. Kama unatafuta mtu anavaa vizuri, vaa vizuri. You know, maintain yourself. Piga luku. Si kufanya tu hivyo umejiachilia tu hivyo, lakini unasema I want a good looking man. I want
I do listen to certain radio station in the morning that I love so much. And there is this funny guy. He was saying actually it's Maina. It's Maina Kageni. So Kingangi was saying that, do you know that ladies ukiingia kwa gari na matatu na lady anaonaga wewe ni maskini sana kumliko because you're not driving but then she isn't also driving.
Ni kweli by the
sijaingilia mtu don't come for me.
Munaingia kwa matatu, huyo mtu unasikia amekuchukia like sasa huyu ni mwanaume namba gapi? Lakini juu wewe hau drive but yeye hajioni. Hiyo kitu unatafuta driving, ebu kwanza tafuta. Tafuta the life after singlehood. Sahizi, and this is very important to note. Sahizi life is all about you. It is all about you. Ukisikia ni strong tea unalala, ni hivyo. Ukisikia tu ni spaghetti ama ni indomie. Sometimes even when you feel like sleeping without eating, you just sleep because life is about you. But there is a next phase of life ambayo inakugojea. Na hii life is about give and take. It is about give and take. In fact, in the current life, people together, I would love, na si unaona tunasema aje that you work to making yourself to be the person you want to date. You know, you would like by the time you are dating, when you go for those dating, you know, it's not about ati ni mmoja tu ndiye mpaka analipa bills kila wakati. Sometimes be in a position sometimes you can tell huyo mtu hata wewe today wewe tulia, mimi ndio nitafanya nini, au foot the bill. Even like you're giving an example, mnaingia kwa hiyo matatu, si lazima ati ni mtu mmoja tu ndiye analipa gari. Sometimes hata wewe uko hapo because you took time to build yourself. You took time to build yourself during singlehood. During singlehood. And then the other thing is that you need to learn and to love your own company. You need to learn and appreciate your own company. Tuache kujifungia. Singlehood iko na tumambo twingine sana. Unakuta ya kwamba mtu hataki kutokea. Hutaki kutokea, unataka, I don't know whether everybody is like me. But me, I used to, like, I would really enjoy those times when I am just alone. When I'm just alone.
Your own company.
Me and my music. Sometimes it was so worse that at times I could even close the door, literally close the door with a padlock. In that unaguza and you're like, Nick is not there. That is when I am not going out. So singlehood iko na hiyo kitu ya kutaka kukaa kukua peke yako. But you need to know some of those ideas you want for you to grow, they are actually with some people outside there. That person you want to settle with in life is not in your seclusion. He's in those social places. Ako huko, ako kwa hizo social places, ako huko. You know, that idea you want to grow your business, that idea you want to grow. In fact, we have even some people wamesoma, wako na madegree, wako na madiplomas, lakini wanazirarisha tu, ziko tu kwa nyumba. Because ya hiyo tu kukua, you are so self-centered. Like, you're so much into yourself. You don't want to get outside. You don't want to get outside. So, I want you to know, and I want you to note this. Company, relationship is very important during singlehood.
So it's time to interact with everyone.
Yes.
Okay.
It is time to interact with everyone. Na tuondoe ma classes, you know, like you feel mimi I am of this class, you know, interact with everybody. In fact, most of the time, watu wenye tunadharau, wao watu ndio wako na kile ambacho tunahitaji. Tunafaa tuelewe ya kwamba some of the ideas unatafuta kugrow ziko huko nje. Na wakati wa kutafuta hizo ideas, because you have all the times. When you get married, ama when you start now dating, you start splitting your time because there is some other people that that want to share in your time. But when you are single, you have all the time to interact. Go get those ideas. Go for those keshas wenye mko kwa church. Na wenye hamjaokoka, by the way, muokoke na muingie kwa church. You know, attend those meetings. Go to those weddings. Go to those dowries. Usiseme ni za dowries ni za wazee. Hapana.
Si za wazee?
Hapana. Kwani everybody is involved. You will also need some people some other times. Create relationships. Create relationships. Huwa na shangaa sana. Naona wakati watu wanafanya harusi. Mtu hajawahi kuongelesha. Ako na namba yako lakini hakuongeleshangi. And then wakati anafanya harusi ndio unaona Steven so and so weds, alafu unawekwa kwa group na ni mtu amekuwa na wewe, ako na contract yako for 4 years na hajawahi. So during this state, can you create company? Create support system.
They call it social capital.
Social capital. It is very important. You need people. Na hao watu wenye mpaka utawalk na wao mpaka in your life after this, it is your time to create them. So uache kujifunga tu hivyo na uweke tu kiburi, kwa sababu wengine ni kiburi. Wengine tu drop your pride.
Meza
drop
ego.
Your pride. Umeze tu ego yako na uanze kutokea kwa watu. So learn to love your own company. Love and appreciate company. But of course, again, don't be so much outgoing. Everything that don't have, kila kitu lazima ikuwe na limit, hata kama ni nini. So even if you're going out, it has to have limits. Limits lazima zikuwe. Angalia ni akina nani una hang out na wao. What are you getting out of those hanging out? Ni nini so assess. Also, it's good to assess your company. Assess your company. Juu tena kuna watu wengine ambao who destroy their destinies and their purposes in life and their future out of company. So it's a very sensitive thing. In as much as you're loving and appreciating your company, again, you also need to know, be silent for a while. So, take a break and ask yourself, what company am I in?
So sio time ya kuwa na mabesti.
Mabesti wanatakikana, lakini ni mabesti wa aina gani? Ni wa aina gani? Ni mabesti wa aina gani? Wako wenye wanakubuild.
Okay.
Mtu wanakupush kugrow. Unaona? Mtu wanakupush, Steve, kuna hii deal. Nimesikia kuna place watu wanafanya investment, wananunua tushamba. Nimesikia kuna we can join and open a company together. We can come up together and be meeting for prayers. You know those friends ambao wanakupush to grow. You need to appreciate them, and you need to hold them and take them with good care. Hold them with good care, like our tu ni wale madaihard uko tu nao. Appreciate watu wenye wanakupush kugrow. In fact, before nitoke hapo, the company yenye uko ndani yako saa hizi, unafaa ujiulize, even in your phone book, kama venye nimepeana a good example. Ebu take time and check your phone book. The people you have there, are they adding value in your life? Are they people that are pushing you to grow? Are they people that are pushing you to get out of your comfort zone? Juu kuna watu wengine unaweza kaa nao tu hivyo. Wewe mkipata pesa ni tunaenda tu tunapiga maji siku 2 siku 3 and then hivyo tu.
Factory settings.
You need to look at to people that are pushing you to grow, people that are pushing you to be a better person, people that are pushing you to actually be to discover you and to get to your destiny in a good and a powerful way. So I love number 1, learn. Na ndio tuliyasema, it is not only loving your company. Tumesema aje, learn and love your company.
So it's learn and love.
Learn and love. It has to begin with learning. Kama ni mzuri, ondoa. Kama ni mbaya, tembea nayo. Kama ni mzuri, tembea nayo. Kama ni mbaya, ondoa. Sawa. So learn and love your company. Learn and love your company.
Okay.
And then the last one in the do's is that you need to focus on what you have and not what you don't have. Single people tuko na shida ya kukaa tu hivyo tukijicompare na others. Sijui Steve ana drive, mimi si drive. And out of that unakuta so many people have made a lot of wrong choices because there's something they are looking for that is not in them. So begin appreciating what you have. Stop complaining and looking into what you don't have. Who is on your side and who is against you. In fact, it is in this age you find yourself there are some things and some people you are going to lose. When they go, let them go. And start appreciating the ones that are within your life. So focus on what you have and not what you don't have. And you need to know, at this age, at that particular age, it's a time when you don't have a lot of things because you are building yourself. So should you concentrate so much on what you don't have, the truth of the matter is that you will see a lot of things that you don't have. But unafaa uanze kujiappreciate, unafaa uanze kuangalia ni kipi ambacho uko nacho and tumia hicho ambacho uko nacho for you to actually rise. Let's look at a few don'ts, some of few don'ts. I hope you are okay up to there.
I'm okay. And guys, they are not only 5.
So
you can add hapo kwa comment section. Help a brother outside there, help a sister outside there. Yeah. Ziandike hapo chini. Add on to his list. Okay, go on with the don'ts.
In the don'ts, number one is that don't chase anyone.
Yeah.
Don't chase anyone.